So I'm gonna do my best not to get in trouble here because this is a very, very controversial subject and a very, very sensitive topic, and also because, well, I can't say for sure whether this happened or not because I wasn't there and I haven't read the actual court documents, so I don't know if they're true or not. I do believe that there are court documents for either case because there are two cases encompassing this theme. But because it's such a controversial theme, well, that's why I'm talking about it, really. And also because I want to tie it into persuasion, because it has a lot to do with persuasion if you think about it. But mostly because I can't verify and assess the veracity of the nature. So that's why I'm going to hold back a little bit and be a little bit vague and non-descriptive. So allegedly, some immigrant in the Netherlands sexually assaulted a Dutch girl. Now, I'm not going to go into the details of the sexual assault, obviously, but let's just say that's what it was, a sexual assault. So, I believe this immigrant was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison. I don't know that this immigrant had their immigrant status changed because of the punishment, although I personally believe he should have. But that's beside the point. Another story. Another immigrant in Sweden supposedly, allegedly, I believe, sexually assaulted and violated a teenage girl, a Swedish girl. And supposedly, according to what I heard about the court documents, the violation, the act, didn't last for long enough so that nothing could be done with respect to the immigrant's legal status. Or I don't know if he even received a sentence. I don't really know. But here's what I do know. I mean, so you're telling me that the act didn't last for long enough? I mean, are you serious? Such an act is still an act. And yes, you know precisely what I'm thinking about here. I'm actually feeling kind of upset just talking about it. Maybe I should go on a rant, but that's not the point. The point is, in me, this spurs emotion, and it stirs emotion as well. And if you're a politically oriented right-wing party and you want to be tough on immigration, I'm all ears. Here's the point. This is great for using as persuasion and vision if you want to talk about this subject. And this is really the entire lesson in and of itself. You have to use these extreme examples, these emotional examples, where people are getting upset, to make them believe and understand. That's how you sell somebody on your talking points. That's how you sell somebody on your products and our services. If I'm selling, I don't know, pepper spray, I don't know if that's legal. Maybe I should take something that's legal. If I'm selling some sort of self-defense mechanism or self-defense tool or whatever it is, that's easy to wear and that's legal, of course, then I'm going to be using such examples. Why? Well, because they're very graphic, they're very upsetting, they're very disturbing, they're very emotional, and they make people angry and worked up. Well, that's the emotional part. The point is, instead of talking about all the technical specifications and the features and the production of the self-defense tool, I'm going to talk about the consequences of what could happen if you're not prepared, if you're not armed. If you can't carry a gun because of the laws of the country where you're living, well, then maybe you can carry this self-defense tool. And what happens if you encounter somebody with bad intentions and you don't carry that self-defense tool? Well, stuff like that happens. and maybe the perpetrator won't get punished because the act, quote unquote, didn't last for long enough. Again, these are just allegations. These are just hearsay until I personally ever read the court documents, but just think about it. Pretty crazy and pretty wild and pretty emotional. Excellent. Excellent for using persuasion. If you want to learn more about persuasion and sales, and get subscribed to my email list, the link to do so is in the episode description wherever you're watching and or listening to this, and I'll see you there.